We're gonna
All
move
right,
on.
so let's roll on to our picks of who's hot. Mark, let's see who you got. Who's hot, who's not.
Now y'all can agree, disagree, but I basically, first of all, how I pick the criteria is, of course, you got to be balling out. You got to get the points up. You got to have the assists, the steals, the stat. You got to win. You can't just be balling and taking L's. So, for my Easter player of the week, I have Joel Embiid. If you
I was
look
about
at
to
his,
flip my computer if you said some other name, bro.
nah, man. I mean,
Flip it over.
they won their last 4 games. They 4-0. They number one in the East right now. And this boy is balling. Like he getting 40 and 10. If I let me look at my he got
38 last night,
last night he had 38,
42 the night before.
42 the night before. And then they just been balling, man. Like he had 7 steals one game, man. I want to say. Like, and then to go 2-0 against Boston. I thought Boston might have been the better team at this point. But Philadelphia just, man, they just resilient, man. And Embiid is just being an MVP. He's showing you that he is the most valuable player, and he's definitely showing you that he's about that business this shit. So I couldn't go no other way. So Joel Embiid is my Eastern player of the year, and then my Western player of the year. I know y'all gonna have a lot of beef, man, but it took me, the West is they got killers over there. And like I said, the record does play in part. Right now, if I go just by numbers, I'm gonna have to say Jokic, but I can't because he losing. He made it to the AC right now, but that boy is killing. Like last night, he had what 38, 10, and what 9 assists, 8 assists versus
Yeah.
Phoenix. So
Mhm.
he killing, but I can't give it to him, man. I know you're gonna get mad at me, but again, they 4-0. They number 2 in the West. If not number one, because the Lakers just like matter of fact, they number one. I just thought about it.
No, not facts. We number
Clippers
one
not
still.
number one.
No,
No,
it's
Lakers
like
number one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Lakers. Yeah.
they've been undefeated. They won 6 games in a row. And you asked the question in the last show, why is he top five? Because that boy is a consistent beast. Kawhi Leonard. Yes, he got Paul George playing the way that he's supposed to, but you look at his stats. Let me go and read them out. Yeah, Paul George has 20 something, but you look at Kawhi, he had 30 something with 8 assists, 7 steals, and whatever many blocks. So my Western player of the year, I mean player of the week is Kawhi Leonard.
all right. Who's not? I'm gonna throw this out there. This gonna shock everybody. This is a former MVP who is not.
The East
I'm.
and West.
It's just the whole league. The
Okay.
whole league. I'm gonna
Okay.
let y'all know it is Steve Nash. He is not hot. The boys are giving up so many points. I don't
Hey,
know what is going on. You got the worst team in the league, the worst offensive team in the league,
Bus.
and they can't do nothing. They just okay. We're about to score, but it's gonna be 3-on-5. Let's see if you can stop the bench. Not even. I don't even think they even playing because they're only averaging like 5 points a game. I don't know what's going on in Brooklyn.
And you can't even sit here and say they could score. Last night, what they had 80, 90. They ain't
They
the
had
only thing.
113 points last
Oh, they
night.
had
They were
113. They made
125
it to 100.
to
They
the
gave up
worst team
125
in the
though.
league.
They
Unbelievable.
That's terrible.
Steve Nash gets the trophy for who is not at all. That's what
Hey, that
he's
was a
not at
great
all.
pick.
Hey, that was a very good pick. I'm not surprised at all. 'Cause that was a very good pick. Steve Nash is definitely not hot right now. Anybody
That's a
what you
great one, man.
so if you all had to pick a West player, because it seemed like everybody agree with my East player. So who you balling on in the West? Who you picking in the West, Al? I know you
Al,
like
I'll turn it to you. Go ahead, Al.
go ahead.
Hey, I just want to piggyback on I want to talk about B Lee's pick real quick. You talk about
Go
Steve
ahead.
Nash, dog. Hey, look who he got on his staff. Look who he brought with him.
Ooh,
Who's the
Facts.
person who never played, who never coached defense? Who,
Dan
That sounds like
Tony.
a personal problem.
Dan Tony.
Yeah.
I'm just, hey man, when you bring that's like you rubbing off on somebody. When you bring that type of energy to your squad, this is what the squad is going to produce. So I just want to put that out there. But I also want to talk about, man, listen, y'all got all the stats and all this, y'all got y'all homework. Y'all been looking at it real hard. But just as a general fan, man, I'm giving the who's hot to Colin Sexton, man. This brother just beat the Brooklyn and put up numbers against them back-to-back games, man. And I'm like, bro, he remind me of this is just what the first thing that came to my mind watching him play. He's looked like a better scoring Patrick Beverly, just a little bulldog, but that can score, get buckets. And he was doing that against the Brooklyn Nets, man, and back-to-back games. So I want to get a who's hot.
It's a great
Colin
analogy,
Sexton.
bro. That's a
Real quick.
great
Yeah.
similarity, bro. I ain't
Cool,
gonna lie.
man. Hey, well, I'm gonna get a who's not to Brandon Ingram, bro. He's a disappearing act, man. He be having hot first halves. Bro, the last 2 games, he might have 2 points in the second half combined. He'll have like 20 in the first half, and then he just go ghost, bro. Like I haven't seen a player that's been built with so much hype who gives such little resistance.
What?
Bro, they was building this man as the next KD.
Who get more hype than Zion on this team? You don't even know about Brandon Ingram, except for the fact when he started balling.
Hey, facts. But I'm gonna tell you. Listen.
30. Y'all you gonna see his Zion highlights. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what I see about Zion, man. And I ain't here to hate on him. He needs a whole lot of work on his game, but he go do what he do. He don't do much else, but he go do what he do. He go get the ball and go right to the rim, and if he's successful, he score. If he not, it's going to be a turnover or a missed layup at the rim. But he keeps doing it the entire game. Brandon Ingram goes without shooting for quarters. He took like one shot.
Can you say what you just said again? Can you go back and say what you just said? You said he gonna do what he do. Did you say he ain't gonna do much, but he is gonna do what he do?
Oh yeah,
he gonna do one thing. That's
it.
That's basically what he
go left. Yeah, he gonna go left and dribble off his foot. He gonna go left and miss a layup. He gonna go left and dunk on you. He gonna go left and use the backboard to make a layup.
So
he don't do much else, bro. He don't have.
Go ahead, but I'm sorry.
No, he don't have much game at all. At all. He needs a whole lot of work on his game, but he just do what he do. Like he'll put up the numbers because he's a little energy bust, man. He just keep going. You know what I'm saying?
So you keep all right. So tell me this, man. So how is Brandon Ingram? So you saying he's the reason why they're losing, basically?
No, I'm not saying the reason why they're losing. The reason why they're losing is they fired the coach and brought in Van Gundy. They should have kept Alvin Gentry.
I believe that too. But I just know
Alvin Gentry has been playing better. Don't give me the numbers. Give me the second half numbers.
Give you the second half numbers?
Yes. He started off the game 8 for 9 last game and finished 9 for 14. Meaning he only took 5 shots.
So that
in the second half.
If I'm broke, pass the ball.
No. What Kobe say? What Kobe say? I'll go 0 for 28.
Who playing?
He said I'll go. What Kobe say?
Man,
I'll go 0 for 28 before I go 0 for 8. Ain't that what he told Darren Williams?
Probably, but all I know is Brandon Ingram is more of a distributor than any of that. Like he could shoot, he could score, but he not just gonna score. He gonna pass the ball. He gonna get other people into the game.
What they bring him for?
That's
they got Lonzo Ball to do that.
He leads the team. Like he does his job. He just does other people's job too. Since it ain't Lonzo Ball. What Bledsoe there for then?
To be a scoring guard.
He can't 8 points. That boy is terrible.
I ain't say Bledsoe was hot.
That was a mistake. They should have kept Drew. But anyway.
Big facts. B. Lee had the best because he said Steve Nash, and that's who's not hot.
You got me out my point about throwing some dang on Brandon Ingram because I almost want to talk about something else, but you talk about Brandon.
Al was great because he said, why did he go get D'Antoni? So I'm with all that, but I'm telling you who ain't balling.
Oh, no,
let me ask you this question. Alan, you just said something else again. It seemed like y'all got 2 different philosophies. And BB, I want to ask you this because I want to know your philosophy. So it seems like Mark Ford is the one like, hey, if you ain't hitting your shots, pass the ball. But it seems like Allen is the guy's like, I'm gonna be aggressive no matter what's going on. So Billy, what's your theory about what's supposed to be going on if you hot or cold?
Well,
either you cold or aggressive.
Like it really depends on the player. Like Brandon Ingram, he can pass the ball as well. He's not just a scorer, but he's the best scorer on the Pelicans. So he needs to be aggressive. If he's not aggressive, they're not going to win. And taking 5 shots in the second half, when the game's on the line, is just not, being effective. So I know he's, scoring like over 22, 23 games. He's putting up points, but he needs to
22.9.
He needs to figure out how to play with Zion because it seems like, when I watched them last time, they take turns. And when Zion has it rolling, he basically takes a step back, which isn't bad because Zion, he'll go 12 for 14. You don't want to take shots away from someone who's just scoring at will, but if the game's on line, the ball has to be in Brandon's hands. So
I understand what Allen's saying, because he's basically saying if that's your job, you get the franchise. You gotta force it.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is Zion. I mean, I think Allen putting Brandon Ingram right there. I know he's the best scorer on the team, but I still think they believe Zion is gonna be their franchise player. So like when Brandon Ingram not that, I think if anybody they're gonna force feed, it might be Zion Williams right now. Even though I agree with everybody else. He ain't ready yet, but I don't know, man. Me and Allen go back and forth on Brandon Ingram all the time, man. Because I tell him that's his piece that he missed. They won the championship, so I can't say that no more. So he could go ahead and validate Kyle Kuzma's OC-ness.
Hey, I know we got to move on, man. So I'm gonna just keep it rolling, man. We'll talk about this more offline as we usually do. Anyway, let's settle it. Real talk with B. Lee and Marky Mark. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Real Hoops Talk with real people. Your show, your way, raw and uncut. Follow us, like us, subscribe.